Hey there guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in case you are new to this channel guys, my name is Oscar, and on this channel we talk about personal finance, stock market investing, creating your wealth, entrepreneurship, and just everything in between, okay? Because these are some of my favorite topics, and I guarantee these are some of your favorite topics as well. So with that being said guys, if you are new to this channel and you want to see more content like that, then consider subscribing. Psst, don't worry, I'm not here to sell you $1,000 bullshit course, okay? So you don't gotta worry about that. But with that being said guys, let's get straight into the video. So on this video in particular guys, I wanted to just explain how I started learning about personal finance, because this is a question I get asked by some of my peers that I've known since high school and whatnot. And one of the biggest questions that I always get, especially since I started my YouTube channel journey guys, is how did I learn about personal finance? I get this question asked so many times from my peers that have known me since high school and whatnot, and they ask me this particular question, especially knowing that I didn't finish college, I didn't get a personal finance degree or anything, and knowing me since I was hustled in school and whatnot, and I wasn't even in school half the time. I mean, people are like, how did you even learn about money? How did you learn about stocks, investing, and just all of that good stuff? Because I mean, I sure as hell didn't learn it in school, I'll tell you that. So with that being said, I just want to explain how I learned about personal finance and some of the resources and tools that I can provide to you, that way you can learn about personal finance as well. Because I know just watching some of my videos might help a little bit, but if I can help in any way to further expand your knowledge on personal finance and how money works, then that is the goal of this video, okay? So now, as far as learning about personal finance and money and all that good stuff, well, I sure as hell didn't learn it in school. But then again, how many of us actually did, right? But it's weird because ever since I was in high school, I was actually really good with money. Like I knew how to save my money, I knew how to manage my money. And I mean, money was a weird topic to me, but I was just never exposed to anything about money other than saving it in a bank and working for your money. So I mean, a few years went by after high school. I just worked with my father, worked at these other jobs. And I don't know how, but I came across a video on YouTube, and it was by Ryan Scribner. I don't know how many of you know his channel. By the way, his channel is one of the best recommendations that I can give you as far as learning about stocks and investing. But I came across on one of his videos, and this was like a while back, like back when he was like barely starting on this channel. So for those of you who know Ryan Scribner already, well, you know how big he is already at this point on his channel. I think it was almost 500,000 subscribers. So again, this was way before back then. And I came across a video about money, and I forgot what it was about exactly. I think it was living paycheck to paycheck or something like that. But I came across that video and it just made so much sense to me. Like, it hit me where I've never been hit before with knowledge. And ever since I watched that video by him, I got fully addicted on how money worked. And I just wanted to learn every single thing there was about money. How to not work for your money, how to invest your money, how to make more money. So, I started digging around everywhere, like YouTube, Google, books. I mean, everything just started coming into place for me. And before you actually know it, I mean, my whole brain was just, running 24/7 on how this concept actually worked. And it pissed me off how I didn't learn any of this in high school. Like, the whole time I was in school, I didn't learn about any of these things, about credit cards, writing checks. I mean, just so many things. So it doesn't surprise me when my peers ask me, how did you learn about money? Because we didn't learn this in school. So again, I watched that video and I got hooked, okay? Obviously I got hooked. But after that, man, I started reading a lot of books. And some of these books I want to highly recommend to some of you, especially if you're just learning about money. Because learning about money is an extremely important topic that we need to discuss, okay guys? We do not discuss anything about money in school or even with our own families. Like, there are families out there that if you even discuss the word money, they look at you crazy, like you shouldn't be talking about that. Which we honestly should, guys, okay? We need to be talking about money, because money is the one thing that if you're not careful with it, it could either break you or make you. So with that being said, I'm gonna grab some books real quick and recommend them to you guys, and hopefully you take them into consideration and start reading some of these books or listening to them. Audio books are a thing now, okay?
A few moments later.
So obviously, we have the grandfather of books, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, this was, I think, the first book that I ordered after going through so many YouTube videos and whatnot. Rich Dad Poor Dad. And let me just tell you, like I said multiple times guys, this book is amazing. If you have not read it, I highly recommend this, okay? it teaches you at least the basics of money and how money works. Now, some of the other books that I started reading as well was Think and Grow Rich. I mean, some of you may have already read this book, some of you may have not. Now, when it comes to this book, guys, it's not really about money. It's more about the mindset of, actually thinking rich and whatnot. Hence the title, Think and Grow Rich, right? But this book will actually start building up your mentality as far as thinking rich, because it's one thing to try to make money to be rich, but it's a whole nother thing to have the mentality of trying to be rich. And let me tell you, until you have the mentality of wanting to be rich, guys, and actually start having that mentality like a rich person, yeah, it's going to be extremely hard to ever become rich if that is something that you wish to be in the near future. Now, I think my kids broke this book, but, well, you can see it. The Intelligent Investor. Now, this book, if you want to start investing into the stock market, guys, this book right here is the reason Warren Buffett started investing into the stock market. And it's a pretty big book, I'll be honest. I mean, it might take a while to read. It's like, holy crap, like 600 pages. But I mean, get this book, guys. Learn about the stock market. Learn how to invest. This is almost everything you need to learn about the stock market. Let me tell you, man, reading this book also as well helps tremendously, especially if you want to start investing into the stock market. So this book, again, I highly recommend it. Just if you have kids, make sure you're not laying around and tearing them up or nothing. I don't know. And just some other book that I have, The Business of the 21st Century. This is more like entrepreneurship type of book and whatnot. But guys, I mean, all these books that I'm recommending, and let me tell you, there's even more books, but these are just some of the ones that I picked up. Because by now, honestly, I think I'm starting to listen to these books more than reading them, just because I don't have the time to sit down and read the books. So listening to them every chance that I get is better than nothing. But again, guys, I'm going to recommend those books if you want to start learning about personal finance. That is a great way to start reading about money. Now, another great way that you can start learning about money is, well, what you're doing right now, watching YouTube. And 3 channels that I highly want to recommend as far as learning about money. And these 3 channels were the reason I actually started learning more about money. So I'm going to recommend them to you in hopes that you actually learn about money by watching these channels. And if anything, some of you probably already watching some of these channels, if not all of them. Now, the first channel that I want to recommend, and I'm pretty sure every single one of you already watches this guy. He's basically like the king of personal finance on YouTube, and just recently reached 1 million subscribers. So shout out to Graham Stephan. If you have not seen his channel, I highly recommend it. He has really great stuff, really great content, really authentic about himself and whatnot. I mean, there's just so much that you can learn from this guy. Like I said, he just recently reached 1 million subscribers. So again, shout out to him, man. Shout out to you, dude, because you've been putting in some great work and some great content over the past few years, and it has really paid off. And so again, to anybody watching, I highly recommend you go watch his channel if you're already not watching it. But if you're on this channel, it's a high chance that you're already watching his channel. So I mean, there's no really point in me explaining it, right? Now, the second channel that I want to recommend, which I recommended earlier, is obviously Ryan Scribner. Again, his channel is the reason I came upon personal finance, since he started, uploading a lot of stuff about personal finance, stock market investing, and just everything down deep into personal finance, okay? So his channel is another great channel that I highly recommend you watch if you want to learn more about money. Now, the third and final channel, and honestly, guys, this channel is highly underrated, because when it comes to personal finance, I hardly see this guy's channel being recommended, and that's the Minority Mindset channel by Jasprit Singh. If you have not checked out his channel, guys, I highly recommend it, because that channel as well played a huge role in me learning about personal finance. I mean, he just has really great stuff, guys. He knows how to teach you and entertain you both at the same time. So again, great channel, great guy. Shout out to all 3 of these guys. Again, check them out, man. If you want to learn how I learned, check out those channels. I learned a lot from those channels. If not, check out the books. And the final resource that I want to recommend, guys, is, Google, dude. Like, you can Google anything that you want, especially about money. How to make money. How does money work? I mean, it's so simple, guys. You just need to Google this stuff, okay? And like I said, this is the way that I learn about personal finance. Now, I mean, there's obviously different ways that you might learn about personal finance. That's okay. But these are just my recommendations to learn about money. Because again, learning about money is an important key factor in life. And if you don't know anything about money, then eventually your money is going to run your life instead of you running your money, okay? So like I said, guys, check those channels out, check out those books. Check out Google. If not, check out Instagram. There's plenty of personal finance pages on Instagram. where you can learn even just a little bit off an infographic, okay? Now, I didn't really learn about personal finance through Instagram, but I mean, there's some great stuff out there on Instagram if you actually look, okay? So there's honestly no excuse to learn about personal finance, okay? Especially if you're watching even my channel. I mean, come on, man. I'm teaching you everything I know about money, entrepreneurship, stock market investing, and just everything that I know, okay? But if I can just point you into the right direction and learning more about money, then that is the main goal of this video, okay? But with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Again, hopefully some of you are learning about money. If not, look up some of the recommendations that I brought up earlier into the video. And as always, guys, that's just gonna wrap it up, man, okay? So as always, if you haven't, be sure to give this video a huge thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how some of you learn about personal finance so that others can learn as well, okay? Because that's what this is all about, guys, helping each other out in the personal finance community, okay? So if you can help out one person down there in the comment section below how to learn about money, that's even better, okay? And as always, if you're not subscribed, then you know what to do, all right? But that's gonna wrap it up for today, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.